live here with the Google Hangout. Just want to welcome everybody out of your busy schedule. I know on a Thursday, right around 1 o'clock, you probably just finished lunch, or maybe you're headed back to your busy schedule. So we do want to take the thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to join us today. We're going to spend about maybe 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Just going to talk a little bit about the your virtual portal, some of the questions that are coming up, a lot of excitement, and people are talking about nonprofits. We'll talk a little bit about that today because this is actually a great tool. And the tool that we're talking about, of course, is your virtual portal's first vSmart. This is the world's first integrated social media tool. And it's not an application. That's one of the exciting things that I'm getting feedback, and I know a lot of other leaders are, that people like the fact that they can do changes on the fly. What I mean by that is, and with the simplicity of what we have here, it's a virtual business card. You can text this virtual business card. And what I mean by that is it has your information and all your social media links. So this is taking it a step above just a business card because they have your social media links, your website, a capture page, call to action buttons, which we're going to talk about that as well, and a video of your choice. And if any time you want to change those videos on that vSmart, it's the simplicity of the system where, what I mean by not an application, you can just go right there, change it on the fly. Takes 30 seconds to make any changes, and anytime you want to make a change, you can do that without a charge. I know a lot of times people are used to techs where you may have to technician have to come and make changes for you, and every time you do that, there is a small fee. Well, we have unlimited vSmarts that you can send out, and we also have free samples for those that like to share it. And this is what makes this move so fast and you go viral because you're able to give out free samples. And I also want to let you know that with the simplicity of plugging in and changing your any changes from your social media links to your videos, it's a learning experience because this is about branding yourself, and that's what's going to be happening is throughout this conversation today. And if you're watching and live streaming on your vSmart or vShop Live, and vShop Live is a powerful tool because not only can you have call to action buttons where people can buy now, they can also train, live training. We call it live streaming or training. So there's just so many mechanics to what we have here, and it's very simple to operate. A lot of times, what first question that people will ask you about your virtual portal, what kind of leadership do you have? And I'm just going to show you a few of the people that you're probably used to seeing or hearing on our webinars, our Google Hangouts, or our V Live Shop streaming. And you want to put a face with the voice. And I'll just start show you a few pictures. That way you can see the leadership that makes up your virtual portal. So just hold tight, and I'm going to just go here and show you some pictures real quick. Okay, we'll start off with the first picture here. We wouldn't have anything to say if it wasn't for the CEO and co-founder John Sullivan. You have Colleen Sullivan and her husband John right there. And this is our first national convention, and they just really rolled it out. We had a second to none presentation for that weekend. I mean, we had a small dinner cruise. Colleen is top notch. She treated us about every day with our meals and drinks, and it was just a great time. And she has a very exciting husband. John just is a great teacher. So they work very well together. So that's what makes this all happen. This is all coming together from her experience. She's a visionary and awesome trainer and leader. She rolls up her sleeves and she goes to work. She's not just someone that dictates. So enjoy working with her. And she's a great person to know and a good person to work with. So there you go, the CEO, Colleen Sullivan and John. And you probably notice and hear this name a lot. This is Hector Rosario. He's a master distributor and very knowledgeable when it comes to building a business. That's what he does. He puts the pieces together, the people. Very talented guy. He can juggle and eat lunch and sleep all at the same time, except he doesn't sleep. He's the man, no, he never sleeps. But this guy is very gifted and talented. He knows and recognizes talents and puts people in the right places. So a lot of people are thankful for Hector's leadership and what he's able to do as he's traveling around the country. And you also have Clyde. You've probably heard this gentleman Sundays, a lot of our webinars. Clyde does the webinars, Clyde Richardson, and he's a dynamic speaker. That's him at the convention, our first national convention. He actually was the master of ceremony and was hosting it. So he's got a great talent. of really making a room explode with excitement and keeping you on the edge of your seat, which is some of the knowledge that he's able to teach. So you can recognize and just like, oh, here's one. This is Rachel. This is my wife. She's definitely heard a lot on Tuesday night. She does demonstrations with the V-Smart, and she's a pretty powerful speaker. That's training at the convention. There was an audience there from all over different countries, and some people were asking questions, and she's just entertaining those questions, which she does Tuesday nights with her webinar, Google Hangout, and VShop Live all in one. So she's the one that puts that together, makes it happen. So we've got some definitely great leadership, just showing you how big we are here. You have Chris. Chris actually is very gifted when it comes to technology. He spent years in technology development, software development, and he actually does Tuesday at 1 o'clock, he does webinar, and he's really knowledgeable when it comes to business. A lot of people have heard the excitement about we have white labeling, and I'll talk a little bit about that and show you what that is. And he's really good at business to business. Him and Kelly, they do a really great job with their webinars. And then of course Demetrius, he's when you listen to Demetrius, he's very structured. He's got over 20 years in the military. Technology is his background, and communications, great communicator. And he does our trainings, webinars, actually Thursdays at 10. So you'll be able to pick up and listen to and hear him tonight at 10. And then we're very big in the Spanish community. This is Johnny Uraca from Dominican Republic. He's very, very gifted when it comes to starting up companies. He's done that before, running companies, and he recognized something here, and people love it. So when you go to our Spanish webinars on Wednesdays at 10, he does the webinars, and they've got some big things happening there. So just wanted to touch bases, and of course, I'm the one speaking now, so we can see all the leaders here, and just to give you a flash of just what we're doing here in a short period of time. We just launched, May 14th, around that weekend, and we're just tons and tons of people are coming on board. So I just wanted to share, to show you how big we are. We're growing. We got a lot of training. We got a lot of support, and the direction we're going is just positive and up. Now we're going to switch gears a little bit, because one of the things that a lot of people in the world are basically getting down to the bottom line is, how do you effectively communicate? And we've come a long ways, and I like to demonstrate this on my Google Hangouts, because a lot of times people don't realize how far we've come in a short time. But if you're out there, whether you're watching this on a VShop Live, which simply means you have gotten your smartphone out and it's just live streaming. So you're able to take this device here, you're taking a smartphone, and did you know that last year, 2013, there were more people with smartphones than there are with personal computers or PCs? So you can, if you're out, you don't have to ask anybody, because most people have a smartphone, and if you ask them, do you have any texts that are unopened? They're going to say no. You probably don't have any texts that's unopened yourself. But when it comes to emails, I've heard that 80% of the emails go to spam. And a lot of times people don't check emails anymore, because if you were emailing me, I'd probably think you don't know me. But when you send a text, then obviously 90% of the people respond to their text within 10 minutes. So the most effective way to communicate is through texting today. And people, you do get a response. And, so at one time we passed out tapes. There were cassette tapes that we walked around, and you might have been trained to pass these out. Some kids don't even know what this is, but you would, taught to pass out 5 of these a day. So you would go out, and that was your goal, is to make sure you passed out 5 of those. And then once you ran out, you had to reorder from that company. And sometimes the advertisement expense or your budget may not have been very, 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 very hefty there. So you had a light budget, so whoever had the most or the biggest budget could get more people. And it's the same way in a lot of products out there, or programs, where you have to have samples. And if you want to go the circular route, then you probably get these in the mail every day, and these come pretty often. I don't think I've ever opened up the mail and didn't have or even see it. Not just me, but everybody got the same thing. And I see people just throwing. As a matter of fact, they sometimes have a bin where, as soon as you get your mail, you keep your mail, and the rest you just throw away. In some communities, it's that way, because they know that people are not interested in those circulars, right? So that can be very costly. And on that rotator of 3 months or 4 months, or however you got that set up, you have to spend that money. And then there's radio advertisement, of course. And that's big money because people listen to the radio, but they may not listen to your station. So if you're a business, how do you hit everyone, right? So we get more personal. A lot of people have Facebook pages. Companies have Facebook pages now, and they have Twitter pages. Well, on a cassette tape, we never would have dreamed that we would have Twitter and Facebook. So just like people say, hey, are you on Facebook, or can you email me, or can you text me um, your link? That's something popular right now. What we say is, can you vSmart me? That's the terminology. Can you vSmart me? Did you vSmart me? So you're going to start hearing that more and more, just like you hear people say, hey, can you tweet me, or are you on Twitter? Well, that's what vSmart, virtual is what V stands for, and that's where videos, social media links, we put everything in one place so that whenever a person gets that text, it's going to be a video, it's going to have all your social media links, it's going to have everything in one place, and you can send that out unlimited times. So there's no more, well, I can't afford to keep giving out these business cards and nobody's calling me back, or I've been running this ad on the radio, or I've been having this circular go out, and maybe it's the wrong geographic, the demographics, it's not right. You got to work that out. It costs money to figure out what works. Maybe you didn't run the ad right, maybe you didn't say this right, or the demographics are not big enough to reach what you need because you don't have the money to advertise on that particular station. Well, with a vSmart, it's very affordable because we allow you to send unlimited text, and you can have call to action buttons, which is a lot more effective than a radio because they got to write something down or remember at some point they got to go to the information that you're telling them to go to, which when people are busy, that may not ever happen. So I'm just going to demonstrate some different things that we have here and how you're able to market this to nonprofits, because I said today we're going to talk a little about nonprofits and how are they benefiting out here. So the vSmart's a powerful tool. You do not have to be a rocket scientist to operate your vSmart. It takes less than 7 minutes to build. You can change anything at any time. It's not an application, and it's very affordable considering that you can give out unlimited samples, and that's the most effective way to communicate. So why wouldn't you want to do that today, since the majority of the people do respond with their smartphones? That's how people are communicating today. So I'm going to switch the screen here. We're going to go to what we call, and you probably heard of our .com site. And the .com site is our website where if anybody ever wants to join, they can go and join. And if you're watching this on VLive Shop or V Shop Live, I call it V streaming because I'm doing a training now, so it's not so much that you're shopping, but when you go down below, you can see those call to action buttons down there, and I'll just give you an example of what I'm talking about. This is our .com site. If you click at your pointer right here on product, you're going to see several tabs that will come down. We're going to go to the vSmart customer examples in English. This is a very powerful site. Notice you have these different flags up here because we're in different countries, over 20 different countries. So if you don't even see your flag up there, it doesn't mean we can't do business in your country. It just means the flag's not up there. But the bottom line is we're all over international, and we even have a link here with international vSmarts. That's how powerful we are. A lot of companies open up, they're not international. We went from day one. Matter of fact, we were international before we even launched, and that's just very powerful. That just shows you the type of leadership that we have. But you can see these vSmarts, and you can see all the icons here, and you may not recognize like these type of icons, but in other countries these are very powerful icons, just like we recognize Facebook and Twitter and things like that, where in other countries they have icons that are very big. We just don't recognize them. So if you ever asked yourself that question, why there's so many choices to choose from? Because we are an international company. So back to English, which is what I understand very well. We're going to go to product here, click on English. And if you're viewing this, if you're on your phone, then you can see that's what a vSmart, you might be watching a video that looks something like this. We'll just start over here with the, let's see, we'll start here. We'll click on this one. And this is Pastor Matthew Hartsfield Van Dyke Church. And you can see where this is a nonprofit, and anytime you've got a pastor, they love to get the message out to be more effective. The most effective way to communicate and get that message out is through a vSmart, because you're going viral. And what I mean by viral is you can share this and someone else can send this out and to people's smartphones, and they can actually watch a YouTube video. If that pastor wants to put a message together, has a special message, he can change it at any time, Anytime he's ready to change it, he can. Doesn't have to worry about a tech person because this is not an application. So it's not a download, or it's not going to slow down any of your phone. Some people have this superstitious thing that, oh, if I have to download something, I don't want to do it because they've been bugged or got virus before, so they don't want to download anything, because they got to get a tech person sometimes. They'll top your computer for a week to get it back and all this. Well, when you click on a vSmart, it just opens right up. It's not an app. Another thing is when you look down below, you can notice how he's branding themselves here with the church, because first thing you can see is this Pastor Matthews, Hartfield Van Dyke Church, and he's got Facebook. Like I said, most organizations have Facebook, and that's how they're growing, through Facebook. He's got Twitter down here. And then what most people, are excited about with any charity or any type of organization where they take donations, and you can ask this question if you want to do business, and we got leaders that do this. If you just ask a simple question, do you take donations? Most people are going to say yes. And normally when they're asking that question, they're probably thinking that you're wanting to donate. So how would you like to have a digital business card that accepts donations for you? And I said a lot, but I really said what I just said. How would you like to have a digital business card? That's what a vSmart really comes out to be. It's a little bit more powerful because you can have call to action buttons. Like right here, you can see online giving, and just by clicking on that link, obviously you can donate. So obviously when you send that vSmart, that person can donate right there on the spot. That's what we call to action. So very, very powerful. I had mentioned something earlier about white labeling, and I know people that are doing business to business like Chris and Kelly out there, they're excellent leaders, and they do our training or webinar on Tuesdays at 1. A lot of times they're talking about business to business and how people are corporations are just loving this new technology. And a lot of people want what you call white labeling, and that simply means, just like probably wouldn't be that big a deal here with the church, but some corporations may not want this, what you see vSmart by Your Virtual Portal. So white labeling simply means you can take that off, and you can send out all your vSmarts, and it won't have the Your Virtual Portal brand on there. Very, very powerful. That's called white labeling. And just a heads up, because people are making a great opportunity here to share this with others and an extra stream of income. And we do, residual income can be very beneficial out here today. Passive income, people are looking for it, and we don't make any claims because we know you have to work to get paid. So we're not making any claims, but you can share this with a lot of people. We have a great opportunity for you to make some extra income, and just want to make sure you know that. So when you are talking to businesses out there and they sign up, and maybe they have a couple hundred people or whatever that may be paying monthly for their vSmarts, and that volume, you're getting residuals off of that. Our most popular package that people are joining at. Some people ask that question, if I'm looking more from the business perspective of earning income, what's the best way for me to go about doing this? Well, it doesn't matter which way you come in, as long as you get started. But if you really going to go B2B and start marketing to some of those people out there with these businesses and corporations, then you want to do what we call our Pro Pack, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. That way you're not wondering what I'm talking about here. But with our Pro Pack, you can see where it'll talk about right here, vSmart pricing. And when you click on this particular link here, it'll bring you to this page, and it says Pro, Best Value Pro Pack, $327. It's $37. You'll pay that after your first 30 days. And we do have 100% money back after your first 30 days. So if you do get involved and you don't see that this is a fit, which I haven't run into anybody doesn't see the benefit here. Matter of fact, a lot of people ask why it's so cheap, because we can give unlimited. You see all across here, unlimited, unlimited, free, free, unlimited, unlimited, free, free, right? And yes, we have the capability of allowing you to do that, and you get 10 vSmarts when you come in. That's why it's the best value. So you can actually have other vSmarts that you can share and make 100% commission off of. And if you come in here, that allows you to do the white labeling so that you can go out and get these corporations. So if you are interested and you can see the value and the benefit of going out here talking to these big companies and or business to business, make sure you get back with the person that invited you or sent you to your vSmart and let them know you want to do the Pro Pack, which is $327 pack there. So just want to make sure you understand that, since I was covering white labeling. Another thing I want to talk about is we're going to go to another nonprofit, and we'll use this one here. And as you can see, this particular VSmart is Save Lives with Bob Holmes one-man volleyball team. Now, if you are on your or watching this on a webinar or Google Hangout, notice that when I'm clicking on these particular VSmarts, it puts your information, capture information page right here to the side. Yes, I need more information. That's right there on the side. But if you were going to look at this on an actual smartphone, it adjusts to the phone and it'll look like this. So you're gonna scroll down and everything is gonna be vertical. And down at the very bottom, you'll see that information form. If that's what it looks like on a smartphone. If you are out there on your laptop or your tablet, you'll notice that it has the information, capture information to the right. But on a smartphone, it's all going to be vertical. So you just scroll down and you'll be able to see everything right there. So I just wanted to make sure that you do understand that this is not just that you can text someone of VSmart. It does come up and conform to any computer, tablet, or laptop, which is very, 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 very powerful. I get that question a lot. Somebody says, well, my phone, for some reason, it's taken a long time and I can't, my phone's not working right today, or whatever the case may be. And I say, can I go to my laptop and pull this up? Because phones and technology, sometimes service goes down and you can't even check your email on your phone, right? Well, you can run over here to your laptop and just put in that particular same, type in the same site or URL, and it'll pull it up and you can see it just like we're looking at now. Save Lives with Bob Holmes, one-man volleyball team. Now, this is back to nonprofits, and you can see where this particular, I like the way this is set up, because the call to action button, you can see right here, it says donate. There's PayPal. So you can have it set up. And with those donations, when people are donating, some people like to donate not just once, but maybe monthly. So you can have subscription set up where that particular person can go, and maybe if they want to donate monthly or one time, doesn't matter, but it can be set up where you can actually automatically with PayPal, with those subscriptions set up to take out monthly payments. And you'd be surprised how many people that's in nonprofits and charities, that's one of the biggest things, is not that people don't want to donate, it's trying to get them with that emotion of I'm ready to donate, to be able to be at the button that they can push to donate. So a lot of times when you're raising money or doing charity, when you're putting that together, you have a lot of confusion, because if it's the football team raising money or whatever, then the message is passed to the kids. And if it's some middle school or teenage kids, well, trust me, that's not the first thing on their mind. So by the time they finally get to tell mommy and daddy and grandma and friends about this, it sometimes can be too late. But now they have to turn around and try to get the money from the grandma, the mom, the dad, or their friends back to the particular person that's putting on that charity. And then what's happening is with a VSmart, you don't have to worry about that, because you can see right there, they can just click donate and donate to Bob or donate to whoever. And just by sending that VSmart out, it cuts out the middleman. So by cutting out the middleman, what that allows people to do is to go right into just simply, okay, we're doing a donation, or we're going to have a charity raising this amount of money. Okay, obviously, how are we going to get this message out? Okay, well, most people have the phone numbers of the parents, especially if it's a football team or something like that. And all you have to do is just send a text out. And in that text, it's going to have the VSmart, and you could have whoever's over the charity with a special message, especially when it comes down to really collect the money and you're down to maybe 2 days left. What it could be a YouTube video, that's just reminding, send out another text. If you haven't done your donation, please click the link below, or please down below, you'll see the PayPal link or the donate now link. And just that simple, they can go ahead and donate. So it sort of cut out you putting it into the hands of the kids to get this out. And that's just a small example. Of course, as you get into bigger organizations, then they can see the fit of where just through word of mouth and passing out this one VSmart, because if everybody's passing out that VSmart, then let me V-Smart you. And that way you can donate to the charity. We're trying to raise money to get this, that, and the other. Bottom line is let me V-Smart you the information. Two things is happening. Not only are you V-Smarting the information by texting it, they can donate, but they're also whatever charity they're branding themselves, because when they go there, they can see the video. They can also see other information like maybe Facebook, Twitter, or they may just be a special message down there that people now start to follow that broadcast or follow that particular group because they have gotten that text, and texts don't disappear. For example, if you send an email, 80% of them, like I said, I've heard 80% go to spam. People don't check it, but when you send a text, people get that. So you know they got it. 90% of the people check it within 10 minutes, and you don't have to be concerned about, I wonder if they got it, because most people will text you back, thank you, or I got it, or whatever the situation may be, or I can't donate today, but I will donate such and such time. So there is a text on the other end. So that's just some of the things that we've talked about today. I'm going to show you something with our Facebook page. And again, we just covered a few things about nonprofits. Very, very powerful method of a way to communicate. Just go out and ask people, hey, are y'all still taking donations? They're going to say yes. Well, great. Have you seen the new virtual business card that accepts your donations for you? And they're going to probably say, well, what are you talking about? And then that's when you can actually send them a V-Smart and let them demonstrate it. Remember, we have free samples, so you can set one up for them and let them play around, or maybe go to the board and check who they have to check with before they make decisions. And they'll figure out real quick that this is going to take a lot of time and work out of when it comes to planning and raising money. So when we get to the Facebook, I'm just going to show you the page here. We have a banner. So if any of you out there are starting to do meetings, we know we had 2 weeks ago, we had a huge meeting in Atlanta. And you can get these banners. You can see Demetrius is, like, again, one of the leaders here. And he's using this at a huge, huge meeting they had in Atlanta. I know there was probably close to 3,000 people that walked through and was able to put eyes on the banner here. And there was over, I believe, 300, maybe 100 vendors, 150 vendors there. And he was able to let them sample and the V-Smarts, and they absolutely loved it. So you can get these samples. It'll be coming out very, very soon. We're getting our site updated. So once we get that site up, we'll let everybody know, and you can go back and order the banners there. That's something that just was announced about maybe 2 weeks ago. Something else that's been announced is the fact that now, by just our very simple pay plan, very simple to get to the ranks here so that you can qualify for your health insurance, have insurance. And there's not too many companies I know of that's not brick and mortar. But like I said, we're in the operation of helping people or sharing through word of mouth. That's what networking is, and it's the most effective way to communicate. But we now have health insurance, and it's not hard to qualify, so that you can have your virtual portal paying your health insurance, and that's been rolled out. If you go in your back office and you click on benefits at the very bottom, click on benefits, and you'll be able to see the health insurance information there. So we've got health insurance, we got absolute white labeling. We've covered that, making sure everybody understands what that is. We covered that today. And then, of course, the banner, that's something that was announced. It's just huge, and we're still waiting. And like I said, it's going to be exciting because I've just heard a little bit about what this new site's going to look like, and it's just already blowing people away. So we're going to be excited when that comes out. So like I said, it's about 1:30. I'll tie you up maybe 30 minutes of your time. Appreciate you being here. Like I said, just going over people who, charities, churches, people that donate, how they can be effectively communicating with the V-Smart. And as you're seeing this live through the V-Shop live streaming, it's not so much that you're buying anything right now, because I'm not telling you to go down to the bottom. Most of the people that's watching this are probably in. But at the same time, you can see where you can do trainings on that V-Shop live streaming. So very, very powerful. So just want to, again, welcome everybody. And thanks for taking the time out of your schedule, and look forward to a big announcement Saturday at 12 o'clock. We're going to have 12 o'clock Eastern time. We have the CEO, Colleen, on our training at Saturday. So make sure you're there. Very important that you're there. And definitely, if enjoyed hanging out with you. It's about 1:30, and so we're going to sign off, and everybody have a safe and prosperous week, and look forward to, if you can, jump on tonight at 10, and you can see the webinar going on. And if not, then we understand Saturday's training at 12 with announcement from our CEO, Colleen Sullivan. Look forward to seeing you there. So, all right, I'm signing off, and everybody have a prosperous day.